Hello everybody, my name is Just Scrub, but you guys can call me Scrubby, and today we're playing some Kerbal Space Program. I went on Steam a few days ago, and the Steam Summer Sale has just started, and I saw that this game was on sale, and I've been wanting to buy it for a very long time. I was gonna buy it last when the winter or Christmas or whatever you want to call it sale came on, but I was just like, oh, I think I'll wait. And then I saw it for sale this time, and I instantly got it. So I'm really excited to play it. So I don't I mean, I know some things about this game, obviously, because the reason why I wanted to buy it is because who doesn't want to build a spaceship or an airplane and dream of like rocketing it up to the up in the space, or fly a plane that you just built. So it's something going to be an interesting game, and there's so much content behind this game, and I can't wait to just sit down and play it. So okay, let's see, start game. Let's actually try the training mission, since I don't know any of the controls, and I really hope that it explains them to me, because like, I know that it's not like all mouse based. Like when you go to build your rocket, it will require you pushing like I'm just gonna say like a random like Q or something like that, and that will like allow you to rotate or things along those lines. But okay, let's see. Oh god, there is a lot of these, so I guess we'll just start with the first one and work our way down. Getting started in basic construction. Okay, this tutorial presented by famous rocket scientist Werner von Kerman himself covers the basics of rocket construction and the vehicle assembly building. He's waiting for you down there and is always in high demand. Don't dally, I'm sorry. I can't read my own native language. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Basic construction. Welcome to today's lecture on vessel construction. I'm Werner, or is it just pronounced Werner? I don't know. Von Kerman. I was going to call you Mr. Kerman. Whether you want to put a satellite into orbit, make a transcontinental flight, or step onto the very surface of the moon, you're going to need to build yourself a ship. It should be pretty easy, even if you're not a famous rocket scientist like myself. Okay, in this tutorial, I will first show you around the Kerbal Space Center, then take you to the vehicle assembly building, where you'll learn how to construct a simple ship. We'll cover adding and removing parts, what the parts do, how to change the performance settings on the parts which have that option, how to control staging. At the end of the tutorial, you will have a craft for a quick hop. You will have a craft fit for a quick hop from the launch pad. At each step, I will lock out all your controls other than the ones you need for that step. If you still manage to mess up, it took even me some time to become as skilled as I am now. You can press the back button to go back and fix things. It won't light up unless you do mess up. Okay, cool. I'm actually going to make it so I don't accidentally hit the home key and crash everything, because I've done that several times on accident. Okay, we are now at the Kerbal Space Center. I'll give you a quick rundown on how to get started. The KSC for short is home of the pinnacle of is home to the pinnacle of Kerbal endeavor and achievements for space exploration. Using the facilities you can see here, you will be able to manage your space program, create rockets, planes, track your Kerbal explorers as they roam the solar system, find exciting new uses for explosive substances, and in case of emergency, hire more Kerbals. Okay, to find out about each of the facilities, you can hover your mouse over them, or the facilities buttons. They show up when the cursor is outside of the window. If you need to repair a structure, upgrade them in career, you can do that by right-clicking them. Okay, take some time to hover the mouse over the buildings and see what they each are, and when you're ready, enter the vehicle assembling building, the VAB. Okay. Launch pad. The launch pad is where vessels built at the VAB are launched. We are reasonably confident it's a safe enough distance from everything else. Okay, tracking station. At the tracking station, all ongoing missions can be viewed and focused. Landed craft can be recovered from here as well. Interesting. Now, this game is like really cool, because I know a little bit about it. I don't know like a large amount of it, but like I know you can, like when you build a rocket, you can stage it and put like gear onto it, and you can land on the moon or the other planets in the solar system, and then you can. It's gonna be really fun. I can't wait till we get to that point. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm really excited. I'm really glad it went on sale. Now I have, uh, I'm I'm just at a loss for words because it's just like I don't know why I've just been so excited to play this game, and now I finally have it. And it's been out for quite a while. I was just like, I'll wait, and then I'd buy something else instead. And then I was like, I'll wait, and I'll buy something else instead. But now it's just like, I finally decided that I wanted to buy it and play it. So this is like I've never played it before, so this is really exciting to me, because like I'm sure it's like at one point everyone's dream to become an astronaut, but I could never do it because apparently there's like like if you're over a certain height, they don't want to send you into space because it has something to do with your spine, I believe. Don't quote me on this. I'm just completely from what I've heard other people say, so don't judge me if that's wrong, because it probably is, and I'm just going off of what others have said. Ooh, what the hell is that off in the distance? What? What's that little black thing? Is that a is that a rocket that blew up? Oh, look, it's got its own little runway for planes. At the runway, spacecraft built in the space plane hangar have long flat surfaces to reach takeoff speed. Conceivably, such aircraft even land back on it. Ooh, okay. Research and development. At the R&D facility, our team of scientists work hard to oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Crunch the data received from mission experiments. Here, all research technologies can be viewed and new ones discovered. Ooh, interesting. So, you can research new ways to continuously improve and build your rockets, I'm assuming? Interesting, interesting. Okay. Admin building. Okay. The administration building may not seem like a very exciting place at first, but here is where all your strategic decisions are made. Astronaut complex. The astronaut complex contains the living and recreation spaces for all crew members. New applicants also apply here to be recruited. Nice. Spaceplane hangar. Spaceplane hangar allows construction of spacecraft designed to be launched from the runway. Nice. Mission control. At the mission control facility, all available contracts can be managed. It also offers a very nice view of the launch sites for any who are brave enough to be so close to a launching craft. That looks like something down there, but I can't quite click on it. Okay, so best for last. Vehicle assembly ability. The VAB is where spacecraft designed and built before being moved over to the launch pad for flight. Yes, let's build our first rocket. Oh god, that's not good. Flashing lights. Okay. Oh, they're just driving materials to and from. Look at all the little Kerbals. They're so cute. Okay. Very good. Okay. I'm getting way too excited about this game. Okay. Can you blame me though? Okay. Very good. What you see in the middle of the screen is the construction area. This is where parts are placed and your craft is constructed. On the left side of the screen is the parts toolbox. It will show all the parts you have available in each of the different categories once there are any to pick. That is next. Okay. If you want your craft to be controllable, you need a command module, and it's best to make it the first part you place. Okay. The part will either contain some plucky Kerbal crew or an automated pilot mechanism. Fancy. And we're just starting. There's only one choice. As we're just starting, there's only one choice. Go ahead and pick the command module for the pods tab. Okay, pods, MK1 command pod, mass, tolerance. Wow, look at all this. Jeez, it tells you everything about it. Max temperature, crew capacity. Fancy. And then it gives you a description of what it is and who it's made from. Okay, so I just click on it. Okay. I thought I had to drag and place it. After at least one part is placed, you can look around with the following controls. Arrow keys or right... Ooh. Okay. or arrow keys. I prefer using the mouse. Move the camera up or down, page up, page down, or mouse scroll wheel. Okay, zoom the camera, keypad, or shift. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so I'm probably going to use the mouse for this. Or, because keypad minus. Keypad plus or minus, that's kind of odd. I'd rather not do that, so I'll probably just use the mouse, since that seems to be the easiest way to go about doing this. Okay, nice. Okay, next. Okay, add in a parachute. If you'd like your pilot to be able to make more than one flight, he or she will have to return safely to ground or water or on Kerbal. Parachutes are a simple way to make sure that happens. They can be found on the utility tab. Change tabs by clicking their icons on the left of the part list window. Okay, so that's another thing. Like, I know there's certain modes where you can like you can just practice and your crew won't die, but if you're doing like the main missions, I believe if you go to send a crew out to space, and if your rocket just goes up and it just crashes down and they don't survive, then they're dead and you have to hire new people. So this is like, once we get into actually, you know, like the main mission part of this, it's going to be one of those things we want to make sure we take our time in order to build the rockets, so that way our crews don't die in a fiery explosion of death. Okay, when you're choosing parts, you can view the details of the available parts by hovering over them in the toolbox. When the info is visible, most parts have additional information in the window which can be opened with a right click. Ooh. Note that the parachute states that the effective diameter in each state and what its maximum safe speed at deployment is. Go ahead and select the MK16 parachute by left clicking on it, then move it to the top of the command pod so that the green spear at the bottom of the parachute lines up with the green spear on the top of the pod. Click again to attach. Okay, so let's see, we need, did it say utility? Okay, right click, gotcha. So was it the same way with the, okay, I can't go back and click on pods, interesting. Okay, semi deploy effective diameter, fully deploy effective, a home approach at 264 meters per second, full deployment at 1000 meters, semi deploy, minimum pressure for 0.02. Okay, found lying by the side of the road. That's great. Okay, like this. Okay, I guess that's in. Yeah, it looks in. Yeah, sure. That's good. Okay. Next. Adjusting part options. Some parts, like our parachutes here, have configurable options to see where we need to see these when... Whoa, I'm sorry. Whoa, okay. Okay, to see these, we need to right-click on the parachute we just attached to the pod. Do that now, and you will see the available parameters. Okay. On the parachute, you will see that we can adjust our altitude and atmosphere pressure, which, to open, that setting could be quite useful on distant worlds. Oh, because gravity would be different for them, I'm assuming. For now, let's check the opening height on the chute is at least 1,000. It is. Okay, because safety is the Kerbal way. Okay, after all, for minimum pressure slider, move it a bit back to the right at 0.2. This setting prevents the chute from activating until the atmosphere pressure is above the configured value. On Kerbal, 0.2 is about 9 kilometers in altitude, so even if you stage early and arm the parachute, it will wait until then to activate. Okay. I can't slide it back anymore. You can hide these options by right-clicking on the background scene or picking up another part when there's one available. When you're happy with that, we can proceed. There we go. Okay. It won't let me... What? Is that just... Oh, see, so... Okay, that makes sense. I can't make it go any smaller. Move a bit to the right to 0.02. Oh, okay, I see. Point. Gotcha. I'm stupid. There we go. Ta-da! I fixed it. I was like, it won't go back anymore. Herder. Okay. Next up, we're going to need something to make us go. Engine time. Yeah, click on the engines tab on the left to show the available engines and solid rocket motors. Ooh, grab one and connect it to the bottom of the pod. You may need to zoom in on the camera to be able to do so. Engines. Ooh, thumper. Okay. Ooh, propellant, solid fuel. Ooh. Oh my god, that's thing. That's a little big. Let's zoom out. Click. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, oops. I forgot. You're not a famous rocket scientist, and to make that craft survivable as it stands now, you'd have to be better at rocket science than me. Ha, impossible. Okay, the problem with that craft is that the solid rocket is too powerful for the payload. A single small pod and chute. It will either burn up on ascent, going too fast, or burn up coming back down. Even if you survive that, the craft's mass will cause it to fall too fast for the parachute to operate properly. You'd hit the surface before it could stop you. Okay, I promise to teach you how to change that to make it work better in a later tutorial, but for now, let's continue. Okay, well, at least this way I can get to tell you about removing parts. Pick up the BACC thumper and either drop it back over the parts toolbox or press delete. Ta-da! Okay, the right solid motor. Instead, let's add the solid motor that's a better match for a ship of this size. Okay, at the start of your career, you will have what I consider rubbish parts, literally. The motor here looks like it may well be a converted trash can. That said, it does have enough oomph to get this little craft moving skyward and quickly. As you progress, you will be able to unlock more engines and other parts. For now, though, let's pick up the RT-5 Flea and connect it to the bottom of the pod. Found lying on the side of the road, just like the rest of this craft. Rubbish parts. Okay. Next. Aha! Thank you, Mr. Von Kerman. Nice one. You've built the simplest survivable craft possible now. Okay. We could go launch this right now, but it might be safer to explain one other thing first. In the bottom right, you will see the staging stack. It's the bottom number. It's a box with the number 0 and icons for the parachute and engine in it. The stack shows us which parts will be activated as we stage our rocket. What this shows is that when activated the next stage, both the engine and the parachute will be triggered. While it could be considered funny to open and shoot and fire the motor at the same time, it's not going to give you much of a flight. Okay. To fix this, we need you to separate the engine and chute into 2 stages. If you mouse over the 0 stage, you will see the little plus and minus appear to the left of the box. Click the plus button to add a new stage. If you add too many, click the minus button. Extra ones to remove them. Make sure you have precisely 2 stages. Plus, plus, minus, minus. Okay. Okay, I see. That's pretty straightforward. Next. Excellent. It's important to note the stages activate from the highest number and then count down. So our first stage will be stage 1, the engine. Our second stage will be the chute. Now drag the engine icon from stage 0 down to stage 1 to give our pilot some comfort. Okay. Why is there a little plus thing right there? Oh, I see. You can click on it. Oh, that's nice. You can hover over it and it shows you where in the rocket it's at. That's nice. Okay. That's it. We now have a safe, well, relatively safe craft that's ready to go. Let's make sure that if we need this design again, we don't have to build it all from scratch. At the top of the screen, you will see the name for our craft. Untitled Spacecraft doesn't seem so majestic. Why don't you change that to be something more your style? And you can add a description if you'd like to, and you can press. And when you use the load screens later, these names or descriptions will help you grab the right vessel. When you're happy with the name, click on the save icon in the upper right. Untitled Spacecraft. Okay, let's What's a good name for this little guy? Let's just call it the little guy. Okay. Weird. It won't let me delete. Mission flag. Ooh, I can change the mission flag. Jebediah Kerman. I like trees. Let's do with that. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put first rocket in here so I know what it is later. Titled spacecraft. I don't understand why it won't let me. Okay. It won't let me change the name of it for some reason. Oh, I was pushing the delete button and nothing was happening. My bad. Okay. I'm just gonna call it little guy with an exclamation point. Bam. Okay. Save. Next. Okay. Excellent work. Feel free to play around with the parts and techniques I've shown you. When you're ready to continue, press the red button in the upper... wait, what? Press the red button in the upper right to exit. Right here. Okay. Back at the training menu, try the Flight Basics tutorial and learn how to fly this little craft, and then the intermediate construction tutorial to teach you more about the editor. Note, any vessel you create here will be lost when you exit. This is just done for playing around. Okay. Boink. Okay, so now we go into training and basic flight. Learn the basics of flying a spacecraft in Kerbal Space Program. In this tutorial, flight instructor Gene Kerman will take you through the essential flight controls and instruments required to launch a simple hopper that you built in construction basics. Okay, let's fly our little rocket. The little guy. Yeah. Welcome to Kerbal Space Center Launch Facility. I'm Gene Kerman, and I will teach you the basics of piloting a spacecraft. I trust you've already checked the basic construction tutorial. If not, I recommend you do so before going through this one. Today we'll run through all of the important controls for your spacecraft. Our little hopper from your basic construction lesson with Wormer may not have all of them, but we'll do a run through once and see how it flies. If you're ready to go, press next. Yes. Okay. Flying a spacecraft is all about being in control of a generally very chaotic situation. As a pilot, your main flight controls will be affect the pitch, yaw, and roll of the ship. Okay, look at those first. All the other controls will be locked until they're needed or this tutorial is closed. Okay. Roll, pitch, yaw. Okay. Okay, pitch, yaw, and roll are the three directions you will rotate your craft. To help visualize these, we've taken a holiday snap of the hopper below. Okay, so roll, yaw, and pitch. Okay, so pitch is something you... Woo! Okay, next up we'll see how to rotate in these directions. Okay. Interesting. Okay, you control your ship's rotation using these controls: S or W, A or D, Q or E. Okay, I see. So Q, E, A, and D. Okay. S, W, A, D, Q, E. Okay, so they're all six are right next to each other. Okay. Yeah, Q, W. Okay, next. Okay, throttle plus pitch, yaw, and roll are the main controls you need to master for a successful crash-free flight. We'll skip over the throttle control for now, as this vessel has no need for it. Don't worry, I'll explain it another time when it's of use. Interesting. Okay, remember that all these controls have a limited amount of effectiveness, so bigger, heavier ships will probably respond much more sluggishly to controls than a little small one. It's also good to keep in mind that as stages are separated from the ship, it will become lighter, and this will usually mean easier to control. Next, let's look at the rest of the flight controls. Okay, in flight, all the planning you put in the staging sequences of your ship comes into play. For launch, the final deployment of descent parachutes, you can control the activation of several of the ship's parts by activating stages. Space, launch, activate the next step. Okay, so if I push space right now, would that start the engine, I'm assuming? Okay, notice the stage indicator in the lower left corner. It shows I'm sorry, I kind of like glanced away to look, and then it's like I lose my place in where I'm trying to read. It shows the currently active stage. Since we haven't launched it, it's showing the first stage is active. I have your staging controls locked for now, so the stage indicator is glowing purple. Okay. One more thing on staging. If the staging setup is causing strife and you change your mind about something, you can edit the stage sequence on the fly. Pun intended, no need to go back to assembly facility. So if I wanted to, I could just... Awesome! So if you mess something up, you can change it mid-flight. That's good to know. Oh look! Well, you can go inside and view. Ah, you're a curious one, aren't you? The IVA button over each crew member's portrait will let you see his ship from his own perspective. Isn't Valentine a girl, though? Note, in this mode, your flight UI has less instruments since most of them can be found in the cockpit itself. The internal view, right-clicking will toggle between mouse lock and interact mode so you can look around without having to hold down the right mouse button. Try looking around and clicking on things. The engineering department says there may be different devices in here that actually... There may be many devices here that actually work. They seem to be quite proud of the fact. When there are multiple crews, you can cycle through the POV using the V key. Return to the external view by... Okay. Interesting view. Return to the external view. Okay. Fancy. Ooh. Target switch locked. Push all the buttons. Is that how I launch it? Okay, push C. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. The nav ball, I'm assuming that's this big blue thing. An important part of flying is knowing how your ship is oriented and where it is going. That's why a good pilot is always aware of the ship's altitude, where it is pointing, and its velocity vector, where it is going. These aren't always in the same direction. As your skills improve, you should pick up on those. Okay, the big round instrument on the lower center of the screen is called the nav ball. The device sums up most of the critical information needed for proper death-free flight. Here, you see the ship's nose in relation to the horizon. When you're not pointing straight up, it's... Yeah, when you're not pointing straight up, it's easily visible as the line between blue sky and brown ground, as well as its heading, compass, bearing, and speed. Okay. You also get several icons that indicate things like your current velocity vector, but we'll have to look at those later. Okay. In the top center part of the screen, you will have the altimeter, vertical speed indicator, and atmosphere gauges. Ooh, interesting. The altimeter will show the distance to the planet's surface at sea level. This means the actual surface may be much closer, so watch for the ground when you're landing. Yeah, so 74 meters above sea level is where this is located at. Okay, your vertical speed indicator shows how quickly your altitude is changing when launching. It's considered best to keep this gauge pointing up. Okay. Interesting. The atmosphere gauge indicates how deep the ship is in a planet's atmosphere. This helps you know if the ship is high enough for orbiting without losing speed to air resistance, or judge how effective wings and control surfaces will be. Okay, one last thing before we get this rocket, the green light. In the staging stack, you can see the indicator for your parachute. This indicator shows when the chute will be activated by staging. You already know that, but the background will also change color to indicate when it's safe to stage the parachute. And the foreground, the parachute bit of the icon itself, will change color depending on the parachute state. Note, however, that However, that by default parachutes will not deploy when unsafe, even if you stage them. Okay. The left 3 shows safety: safe, risky, and unsafe to deploy. The chute is unstaged white, and the left 3. The right 3 show the state after staging: armed, deployed, and cut and shredded. When you are familiar with the chute icon colors, we can move on. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, enough talk. Unlock the flight controls and you'll be clear for launch. At any time you may press escape to pause the game. In the pause menu you can restart the flight, or in this tutorial choose end scenario and return to the main menu. For now, get yourself prepared and hit space when ready to launch. Don't forget our hopper has only a solid rocket motor, so there's no throttle control, so that's why we didn't review the throttle here. Make sure to fly in a nice high arc and enjoy the flight. Okay, ready? Let's go. Okay, and up you go. You can try practicing with some of the controls like pitch, yaw. Wow, interesting. Okay, I'm already out of fuel. Ooh, make her sick. Whoa, this thing is so cool. Okay, also keep an eye on the parachute icon. Shows you how safe the current environment is. Once it gets red, it won't deploy until it's clean, even if you stage it. Okay, I realize this could be too much to learn in one go. If you forget, you can always press escape. You can see what your crew enjoying the trip in the lower right corner. She looks to be pretty happy. Your solid motor has burned out. You're passing the apoapsis, the highest point in your flight, and your speed is enough. It's safe to stage again to deploy the parachute. Do so now before you speed up and hit the surface. Okay, you've armed the parachute. Now time to wait to get low enough, and now we sit back and enjoy the stint. Okay. Well, that did everything for me, so that was nice. I just had to... Interesting. Okay, so now they're gonna end up landing in the water because I was stupid and didn't like control it very well. Very weird. Spin it. Okay. Y'all roll and pitch. Okay. Have the thruster pointed down towards the bottom. Oh, we may land on that little tiny patch of ground. Hey, there's that little black thing. I was curious to know what it was. Is that a tombstone? Okay, I'm not gonna mess with the controls. I'm just gonna let the parachute do all the work. So we've got a while before we will finally descend, because we are just very slowly descending down. Look how high up we are. I know it looks like we're close to the ground, but we're really not. Like, look at that. Let's land right on the runway. Now, I believe EVA means like that's when you exit the vehicle, so let's see. Fancy. Let's not push any of these buttons so we don't accidentally blow up. Yeah, he seems happy. Valentina Kerman seems pretty happy too. There we go. Woo. She looks happy even though I really want to know what's out there. Okay, I can't do that. I bet if I got a plane I could fly out there and see what it is. We'll have to try that in a much later time though. I really want to get through these tutorials so I have a much better understanding of how to play the game. Landed, yeah. Well done, you survived your first quick flight. When you've landed or splashed on Kerbal and not in training, you can point the mouse just above. Okay. When you've landed or splashed and not in training, you can point the mouse just above the Alt and click recover button on the panel that slides down to ask to be picked up. I've also unlocked the crew hatch, so if you feel like going out for a walk or swim, you can click the EVA extra vehicular activity. button that will pop up when you mouse over the portrait of the Kerbal you want to take for a walk. You can do that just for fun or to collect surface samples. Ooh. This concludes today's space lesson. To exit training, press escape and to return to menu. I hope to see you again to learn more suborbital flight, perhaps. Bye. Okay. Let's get out and go for a walk, shall we? Space, let go. I can't see anything. Where's the ship? Oh, there it is. Ta-da. F, climb out. B, board. Okay. So I can board. I can get back out. Climb out. Oh, okay. Space, let go. Oh! Are you okay? Oh, I'm controlling her now. Let's go for a walk. Oh, she's not very... Oh, I really hope... Oh, God. I hope that didn't screw up my recording. Jeez. I just clicked out of the game. It looks like everything's still going, thankfully. I don't have any thruster or anything like that. That's okay. She looks happy. Okay. Let's walk back to the ship. And climb back in. Ooh, interesting. Resources. EVA propellant. Fancy. Okay. Let's get back on the ship. Can I not? Do you have to climb up where the little handle is? Well, apparently she's stuck out here forever. Okay. View P. Ooh. End scenario. Yes. Moon or bust. Okay, so I had a great time playing this game. It's a lot of fun. So we managed to build our first little rocket, and we got to send it up into the atmosphere. So it was really interesting. In this game, it's very technical. Like it was explaining some of the very basics of it, but I know this game gets so much more complicated. Like once you start breaking atmosphere, you have to watch your fuel levels, or otherwise you're not gonna have enough in order to carry yourself up out of the atmosphere. Then you have to separate everything and make sure you have enough fuel just to push you out to a certain point, and then you have to like orbit around planets to the point where you can like use gravity to like slingshot yourself to the next area. So I'm really excited to see just exactly how far we can get in this game. So the next few episodes of this is just going to be me playing the training missions, but I'm really enjoying it and hope you guys will enjoy watching this as much as I'm enjoying playing it. So I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and hopefully come back for more. Goodbye.